Welcome to Shotz, guys, your number one place for all of your tips, tricks, and tutorials to the film and entertainment business. I am one of your hosts, Stephen Ripp, and our entertainment industry egghead, Eric Martin. How you doing, Martin?
Good, how about you?
I am doing
Rip?
fantastic.
Are you? I feel really low from you.
You are tall.
I am tall.
You are very
But
tall.
at the same time, you gotta grow some
This is
legs
true.
there, dude.
Yeah.
Man.
All right,
in
Mr.
the
Martin,
same
what
location.
what is it that we're talking about today?
We are talking about three-point lighting.
3-point lighting. All right,
Yeah.
give me the rundown. What is it?
Three-point lighting is pretty much a basic setup.
Okay.
You have three lights.
3. Okay.
So you have your key light,
Key. Okay.
you have your fill light,
Fill.
and then you also have your hair light.
And a hair light. Okay, so let's start with the key light. Give me the rundown. What is it? Where should it be placed if we were working on me?
On you?
On me.
Well, where would we place on you? I don't even know where I would place on you because you're so ugly.
Ouch.
Yep, you are pretty ugly, you know that.
Thank you.
Your mother dropped you on your face
Yes.
as a child.
Yes.
And then she slapped you
Yes.
a couple times.
All right, key light.
A key light. A key light is supposed to be the strongest part of the lighting plot.
Okay.
So, and pretty much I always put the key light on the right-hand side. Now, depending, it always plays off of where the fill light is as
Okay.
well. So, which the fill light will pretty much fill the shadows which the key light will create.
So fill light, the key light is the one that is going to give me a nice good shine, and the fill light is going to fill in the shadows of the key. So kind of
Exactly.
like it's opposite in a way.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Exactly.
So we got the key, we got the fill. Now, I mean, we're going to finish that up. You called it a hair light. What is that?
A hair light is pretty much what separates us between our background.
Okay.
Obviously, right now we have a very strong hair light.
Right.
So it's pretty much shining our hair.
This is making us look very angelic.
Yes.
Very
Yes.
pretty.
So, and it just gives that three-dimensional space.
So that we don't look like we're painted onto our background, right?
Exactly.
So I mean, overlap of that with the basic 3-point lighting system is we have our key, which is going to be the strong power source of all of this. Then the fill is going to fill in the shadow. Pretty self-explanatory. On
Oh
that,
yeah. Oh yeah.
And
There
then
is.
the hair light is going to generally be behind and up, correct?
Yes. Yeah. I
And-
mean, you would rather have a fast track up. Like everything should be fast tracked. Otherwise, I mean, that's kind of
the basic.
yeah. I mean, you wish you had a fast track, but sometimes you have to go with stands.
Right,
and
right,
then,
right, right.
And then you have to worry about, oh, do I see the light stand? Like you can see the light stand behind us.
Explain to me what is a bounce for our viewers that maybe aren't to that level yet and need that extra coaching with that. What is a bounce?
So pretty much a bounce is a piece of, you can use a paper, you can use, I mean, you can go on eBay and just search bounce. And we have a big circle bounce, big circle. And pretty much you just pretty much bounce the light off of the bounce onto the person.
So-
You can also use it if the light is too bright and you don't have another light, you can actually bounce like it off of a white onto the person's face.
Okay. So I mean, how do you know that the bounce is working? I mean, do I just like unfold it and just hold it there and it just magically works? I mean, is that how this goes, or I mean, is there some technique to this?
You really think that's how it works?
Maybe. I mean,
You really think that's how it works?
it's very possible.
Everything in life, just open it up and it poof works.
It works with Christmas presents.
It works with no, because then you always have to have a AA battery. That's never included.
Correct.
Why don't they put that in there? That does not cost anything to the company.
Maybe it does.
What?
They gotta
Couple
buy-
cents?
Yeah, a couple cents times a couple million. I mean, a couple million in batteries alone.
They'll just jack up the price.
Jack up the price on the Barbie doll, I suppose. All right. So the bounce. Explain to me how that bounce works then. I mean, what is the technique behind it to make sure that it is used?
So pretty much you pretty much have to line it up to the person,
Is it
the
to,
talent.
Are you gonna like shine to make a shine on the face, or
Depends what you want.
okay? So you
It-
just
it
you play with
all
it until you have a look
yes.
that you like.
Yes.
Okay, fair enough. So I mean, we have 3-point lighting, we have the Rembrandt lighting. One of the tools being a bounce. Give me a couple of different kinds of lights that maybe some of these viewers may have.
Well, what kind of lights are you wanting? Because I mean,
Give me
you
the most
can-
popular one.
Most popular one would be a Mole Richardson.
Mole Richardson. Okay.
Yes. I mean, those are pretty much production quality. Those are what they use in production. Otherwise, they use ARRI as well.
Okay.
But at the same time, you can have the most beautiful lighting in the world,
Correct.
but you know how to use it. I was watching a YouTube video of a college. I will not mention its name, but they use the sunlight for their three-point lighting. Or
Sunlight, the sun?
Yeah, the sun. And they didn't even use the sun of how they should have. So they interviewed a person who was running a marathon, and they forgot to use a bounce. And it would have been nice. It would have been nice lighting, but they forgot the bounce.
So that one
And
that
so pretty much it was the whole entire face was completely black.
oh.
Completely black.
So that balance made a difference between something that could have looked phenomenal to just it looked like very, very low
Exactly.
grade.
Oh yeah.
Would it be safe to say too that, I mean, as you said, you know, you can have all the great lighting in there is, but not know how to use
Oh,
it. So
and you know the worst thing is the editor used that.
that's really bad. That's totally on the editor.
Why would an editor use a bad shot? An editor, if it's a good editor, I mean, sometimes you have to use a bad shot. Don't get me wrong, there are many bad shots that I put in, but it worked with the story.
Right.
But if you put the shot in, it cannot draw your viewer out of the story that you're trying to tell, and it completely drew me out.
Which
of
is a
the story.
negative. That is a negative.
Well, horrible negative. It's just like if you have a light stand and there's a person walking by, and you use that, and there's a big light stand right there, that can take you out of the whole entire story for pretty much the rest of the movie.
A big distraction can really, are you saying, could throw your viewer off from being
Yeah.
very intrigued and very happy to just that
Exactly.
sucked.
And even 2020, they'll
big name
they'll
here. Okay.
interview somebody, and going back to the three-point lighting, they'll have the key light, which is nice, but then they'll have a fill light, and if that fill light is not the same color temperature as to the light stand or the lamp that's right next to their talent, well, they might have an issue there.
Might have an issue.
They
And
might.
ladies and gentlemen, we will go into the color temperature in a separate episode. We'll make sure we're going to throw up a lot of examples on some good color temperature examples and some bad ones. That way you guys can really see that difference with that.
Like if you use a lamp, you're not going to just blow the person's face out with the fill. You're going to make it a nice, soft light, because that's what a lamp is. It's a nice little soft lamp or a light that gives off nice soft light. I
Nice,
repeated that a
soft
couple
light.
times.
Okay, you do that. So, I mean, would it be safe to say that lighting in general, no matter what the case may be, practice makes perfect, correct?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Now, we will be back and take a word on our sponsors for this because, someone has to make all of this possible. Yeah. Especially someone's got to make this happen for me to sit next to this guy. So, we will be right back with some more Shutter Shots. See you in a second.
You smell bad.
I do smell bad. Shutter Shots made possible by Canon USA, all the way through products. We love your cameras. We love everything it is about Canon. You guys rock. Everything that you see shot with Shutter Shots is done through all of the Canon cameras. Currently, we are using the Canon Mark III. It is a beautiful piece of machinery, and we cannot wait to continue to see what else it can do for us. Now, back to us rambling. Did you got my pretzels?
No.
Seriously, dude, the pretzels. All right. It's okay.
Did you get my salad?
I did, actually. It's waiting
Did
behind
you?
the camera.
Oh, I don't see it. Go get it. Yep.
Yeah, I can wait. Anyway, now, Mr. Martin, just because we did have one person that did ask us, they said, I do commonly see a tree in the background of interviews. It is a common thing that I keep seeing. Trees, plants, shrubs. What is this about? Does it have any importance to the interview? Does it make my interview better? Please help me out. Mr. Martin, you are the egghead. Please let me know. Purpose of the tree. I don't get it.
Purpose of the tree has nothing to do with anything.
Nothing to do
All
with
it
anything.
does is it helps with the three-dimensional stuff for
Okay.
you. So pretty much when I use it, I just like to use it.
Okay.
Just because it's something in the background instead of
Blank.
blank. It's something there. But for those who go to Full Sail, there is a great teacher named Rob Toscani who is in lighting, pretty much your lighting classes. Use a tree. He loves trees.
Loves
Now,
it.
he actually hates them, but my class, we just decided to use it just because we knew how much he hated it. Now,
let's keep
if
the
he fails,
tradition
don't fail. Don't sue me. If he fails, please don't hate us.
We're not responsible for your
We're not,
actions.
but we used it and we passed.
Passed.
But we just put it in there just because we wanted to hear him say
How much he hates it.
how much he hates it. Yeah.
Awesome. So, I mean, and does it have to be a tree? Can it be
It can
anything?
be something else
I mean, could I put a bongo drum behind us and
if you wanted. I
Okay.
mean, make sure that it fits
the theme of the interview?
theme, yeah.
So you're saying if I'm interviewing Justin Bieber, I shouldn't have a Care Bear behind him?
No.
No. I'd probably want something a little bit more musically sound.
Yeah, like a
probably.
drum kit.
Like a drum kit.
Yeah.
Okay.
'cause he plays drums.
He does play drums.
Just like when I'm doing an interview with somebody, like a couple days ago, we were interviewing a guy that went to the NHL,
Yes.
and I asked him, "Hey, what kind of sports did you play in high school?" And he listed off a bunch of things in baseball, and we were by a baseball diamond. So I said, "Hey, let's go and shoot by a baseball diamond," because it was an outside shoot, and he didn't really want to travel too far, and pretty much that was the only thing there. We were going to use a school, but the sun was in a different location than the title of the school. So unlike that college that I will not mention, I decided to use where the sun was, and the baseball diamond was right there, and that's what we used.
So, because it made sense. The baseball
did.
diamond made sense
Complete
to
sense.
the sports player
Yeah.
for the interview. The
Yeah,
Care
yeah,
Bear
yeah.
does not make sense to the pop star. The drum kit would make sense to the pop star. So, very
Yeah.
important. Keep all of those things in mind, guys, as you play around with the lighting. Again, submit some photos or video examples using 3-point lighting, Rembrandt lighting, any kind of lighting that you want. We're going to pick one, and we really want to see what you guys come up with. Now, that does wrap it up for this episode of Shutter Shots. I want to remind you guys, if you have any requests for a topic that you want us to cover, that you want the Egghead to elaborate on, please send it to us either on Facebook, Twitter. Do it. We will
YouTube.
respond. YouTube, definitely, yeah. Comments,
That's
comment
where
it,
we're on.
hit it up, type it up. Want to make sure that we will address it if need be. If you type in, I want to know how to make explosions.
Explosions?
Explosions.
What is that?
Explosions.
Oh, explosions!
Explosions.
Oh, I got you.
Kaboom.
I got you.
I want to know how to make kaboom booms in an effective way for my zombie apocalypse
booms.
movie.
Bam bams.
Please let me know how to make the bam bams.
Bam.
We will look at this, we're going to tear it down, and we will get to it as an episode. We will show you, we will explain it, we will show it. That way you know how to make your bam bams and boom booms, okay? This is all for Shutter Shots this week, guys. Hope you have a fantastic week. And as always, keep a tree. Use a tree, save a tree, use it for your interviews.
And that's how you end Shutter Shots?
How would you like to end Shutter Shot? I don't have a catchphrase.
I don't know. But that was one interesting.
It was relevant to the
It
episode.
sure was.
I felt it fit.
Wow. Very interesting end.
Very interesting.
Very interesting
Very.
end. Huh. Huh. Oh, I'll be
Would you
damned.
prefer me say use a Care Bear? No. Use a tree.
But we want to save trees. Oh,
Right.
wait, no, it's going to all explode someday.
So which we'll do an episode on, the exploding trees. Use a tree in one episode, and then for the next episode, we will use that same tree to explode.
No, I'm saying when God comes and just says, "We're done."
That sounded like an explosion.
Yeah, because the trees are going to
Right.
burn. They won't explode. They're going to
Explosions
burn.
happen with sometimes fire happens with an explosion, but they will. You don't know that.
No,
You don't.
I do.
You don't.
I do.
Why? Did
Because
you talk to God?
all the time.
Did you, God? How are the trees going to leave?
And he said,
They're just
That-
gonna go, not, but
Yeah.
done.
and then you're going to have the really cool pine trees that are going to go. And then what's going to happen is the flames are going to be like really cool. So then it goes to the water, and the water goes, "Hey, mister, don't you burn me."
Pause. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to demonstrate real quick how to stop a rambler from rambling. Okay? Play.
And the flames are going to say, "No." And then
Okay, it usually works.
what's going to happen is that the flames are going to go, "Rah!" And the water's going to go, yeah! And that is exactly what's going to happen, Stephen. Exactly what's going to happen. And the flames are going to win because then God's going to go, no, like Hulk. And then the Hulk is going to go, no, and then the Hulk is going to go, ah. And that's how it's going to end. Uh-huh.